Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So the episode starts off with Whitney inviting everyone to go tubing, and everybody's like, okay, yeah, girl, we gonna come, whatever. And it's just like, girl, how many ice events can y'all do? I guess y'all in the ice, so Jenny is still upset with her husband because of the whole sister-wife situation, but she agrees to go out with him for oyster night. I guess this is a thing that they do. Cute. And she brings up the conversation about the whole babies and the sister wife thing. And he's like, oh, are we going to go there? Let me get another drink. And pretty much, she don't want no more babies. He wants more babies. He want possibly another wife. And I just don't know where this is going. Either this is a fake storyline or this marriage is about to be over, because this lady is sitting here emotional, crying, pleading her case, and he's sitting up here giving her the statistics about polygamous marriages, about how it's legal in the state of Utah, and how it's a part of their culture. I was like, my blood was boiling. My blood was boiling watching this. This shit was pissing me off. If you wanted a sister wife, this is something you should have explained. Y'all should have had this conversation at the beginning of your relationship so that she knew that this is something I'm going to enter into or I'm not going to enter into, because this is bogus. She's sitting here crying her eyes out saying, look, I don't want to share my husband. I'm not here for this thing. And he's giving her statistics. And in his confessionals, like, this lady is literally crying. This lady is literally crying. And he's unmoved by her tears. So this makes me wonder, because she says, oh, she knows that his grandfather had several wives and she don't want to share her husband. And he's in the confessional saying how he has a patient who has 50 kids and several wives. I don't like this. I don't like this. If you knew this is what you wanted, you should have let her know this before y'all got married. Like, hey, we getting married and things are cute now, but eventually I'm going to want to have another wife or two or three or four and some more kids. You should have let her know this. This feels like an ambush. Right now I'm not liking him. And I heard she be windmilling for her husband on social media. Girl, you're not going to convince the people to like your husband, girl. You shouldn't have never came on TV. This is raggedy, okay? I'm African. My grandfather had many wives, but that was a different time. I'm not signing up for that. I am not signing up for that. No ma'am, no Sam, no ham. This story is raggedy. I don't like this. I don't like the fact that this lady is bawling. She's crying. And he doesn't care. He's like, oh, I never want to lose you. But he seems like he really means the sister wife business. Like, I don't think, unless this is all fake, he wants more than one wife. And he wants more children. This is not going away. So Jenny, girl, I don't know what you about to do. I don't know if you came on this show to dip out on your husband and make a coin while doing it. Because, girl, it's getting weird. Like, this is girl, this ain't going away. Now, last week, a young lady did come forth and say that she was Jenny's niece, and she was accusing her of being a liar and saying all these things that she's saying on this show is not true. She did not grow up poor, and she has family. She's treated her sister really bad and family bad, and there just a whole bunch of stuff. She was saying how she don't know how the man wants more kids. He never took care of the kids he had. And I don't know why we supposed to care about that, because I didn't care about it. I wrote her off as she was trying to Melissa Gorga her way onto Bravo. And girl, we're not here for that. But I do believe that, yeah, y'all lying about some of this. Either y'all lying or your husband he ain't shit. So Meredith and Seth, they meet up for dinner and they're talking about their relationship and, making it better. And honestly, I was bored. Like, I really zoned out. Meredith, I really like you, girl, but you are boring. Like, you give fashions and you give face and you're real cute. I really like you. But you bore me, girl. Like, your scenes don't be given. So Heather is throwing the first birthday party for her employees. She had 5 employees last year that were all pregnant at the same time, and so it's their first birthday, and that's so cute. I like that. It's also the 1 year anniversary of her second location of her spa, her med spa. And I think that's so cute. That's one of the reasons why, God gonna bless you, girl. You doing a little party for the little kiddos. That's real sweet. I like. Jen shows up to the party bearing gifts, and I'm like, oh, Jen, that's sweet. She brought gifts for the kiddos. But then I thought about it, like, you use other people's money to buy those gifts. So, and Jen, honestly, I think I was going to like you this season. I think I was going to probably learn to like you if you wasn't a fraud. But I guess, girl. So Whitney pulls the ladies aside and she starts to tell them about the other night when she went on a double date with Lisa and their husbands. And Angie's sitting next to her and she's like, girl, while we were there, the caterers that canceled on you, they stopped by the table. We're at their restaurant and they bring you up and they're pretty much throwing you under the bus. And Lisa's watching them deliver every line perfectly. But Whitney is proud of herself, and I was proud of her too. She realized what's happening. She called them out on it. Of course, they denied it, but she caught what they was trying to use her to clear Lisa's name, and she was like, not on my watch. So about this whole the caterers canceling on Angie. So I know Lisa had released some screenshots of text. Angie was trying to get the caterers to work for free, pretty much. Cater the event for free, because it's charity. They supposedly had agreed to do it, and then they backed out on it. And they said they backed out because they couldn't do it for free, or they looked into it and they were unable to do it. And at first I was like, okay, maybe this is legit. But then last week's episode, they said they couldn't do the event because of scheduling conflict. They can't leave the restaurant on certain days, so they were unable to do it. And then how the whole setup where they stopped by the table to, just when y'all see the cameras, y'all decide to stop by the table and plead Lisa's case. It all just seems fishy at this point. Like, I don't know who lied. The whole thing is just convoluted. I don't know who's lied. At this point, everybody lied. And I'm over it. And girl, Angie, girl, I don't know if you lied or not. I don't really know. This whole thing is just annoying at this point. I hope you really didn't lie, because if you did, girl, you lost your good friend over some nonsense because you wanted to be on this show. I don't know what to tell you. So Heather asks, what now? Are you and Lisa good? She's asking Whitney, are you and Lisa good? And Whitney's like, yeah, I think we're good. We talked about it or whatever. We're all right. And then Angie's like, well, what about me? And Whitney's like, girl, she ain't fooling with you. It's a done deal for y'all. It's a Reynolds wrap. It's over for y'all. She ain't never gonna see it for you, sis. You know your friend. You know the type of friend you got. You should have just shut up. If her friendship is that important to you, you should have just let her do you any kind of way and just shut up. Now you done exposed her and she ain't fucking with you no more. I don't know what to tell you. I don't like having friends like that, though. I refuse to have friends that I'm afraid of. Like, I don't do all of that. So I really don't understand y'all dynamic. You're not going to terrorize me. No, ma'am. I don't keep friends that terrorize me. But yeah, Angie, you grown as hell. If she don't want to be your friend, girl, just get over it. Because it's going to be what it's going to be. So it's a new day, and the ladies are all linking up so that they can go tubing. And Mary's showing up with the party bus. Mary that lady is a hoot. Y'all did well to make her full-time this year, because she just said the most silliest shit. I can't with her. I really can't. So they arrived to their, location, and Lisa pulls Mary aside, and she was just like, girl, why was you, going in on me? Like, what is the problem? And Mary's letting her know, and they're going back and forth, and they're off to the side. it seemed like Mary want to let it go. And then Lisa's kind of like, if you say that to me again, we're going to have a different conversation. And so we see the microaggression in that statement. And I felt a way about that. I didn't really like that too much, Lisa. But anyways, Mary's just letting her know, like, girl, I didn't like how you talk to me. You can't handle me any kind of way. Jenny decides to chime in and was like, oh my gosh, we're here to have a good time. Let's let it go. Like, who cares? And so Mary's like, girl, and she starts going off on Mary. She starts talking a lot of this and all of that. Nobody fuck with me today. Da 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 da. She's running her mouth. You're not my mom. You don't tell me to shut up. Wasn't nobody talking to you, Jenny. Nobody was talking to you. If you didn't want to hear what they were saying, they were standing off to the side. You could have walked your ass around the corner. You could have done a whole bunch of things. You had a lot of options. You went in on Mary, and that shit pissed me off. I didn't like that. I don't know what got into you. I'm not believing it's because you're grieving. I don't care about none of that, okay? Because you involved yourself. You jumped into that conversation. I don't know if you were looking for a moment or you thought you was going to jump on Mary. I don't know what you thought you was going to do, but I didn't like that. And I liked you. I really did like you. But now all this stuff that I'm hearing about you, and then after this episode, now I'm inclined to believe some of that shit. Because I did not, like, why did you even, these are two grown women. They're having a conversation. If they never want to stop talking about it, that's not your business. They can talk about what they want to talk about. If they're hashing out whatever it is they're going through, that's not your place to jump in. And you went nuts on the woman for what? I'm going to look online and see if the people are lighting you up on Twitter, because it seems like they only light up a certain type of person. I didn't like that. I did not like that. Now we see why you were doing damage control, posting a picture of you holding a stranger's black baby. Now we see why you've been doing all these weird antics on social media. You were out of line. You did too much. You really did. Anyway, the ladies proceed with their ice activities and they go tubing. They're having a good time. After one round, Mary was over it. But I really think her spirit was just out of it. She was over it. The drive was, 2 hours long. Her and Lisa are having an issue. And then her little sidekick jumps in and attacks her. I think she was just over it. And I don't blame her. But I do blame her, because I would have cursed her out so bad. She would have never, ever, ever, ever opened her mouth to say another word to me ever again in life. You should have wrapped her up. But girl, you better than me. Anyways, the ladies go off to have lunch and a conversation starts to form. And pretty much Angie wants back in. She's tired of being on the outs. She wants Lisa's forgiveness. She wants to be back friends. And Lisa is just like, girl, Lisa has a mini meltdown and she does not like that she was accused of getting the caterers to cancel. She felt like that's not cool to put that title on her. Her grandfather was a part of the community and she doesn't want people thinking that about her. And I can understand that, right? If you didn't do something, you don't want nobody to say that you did. But the way you were moving afterwards, it was a little weird. It was a little guilt. You gave off guilty energy, Lisa. I don't know. But at this point, I no longer care. But they have their little powwow. They hug it out. I don't think she really forgave you, Angie. I mean, you can keep trying to get your friend back. I don't know. So as they see that Lisa and Angie call a truce, now Jenny is like, oh, Mary, are we good? No, y'all not going to be good. Y'all not good. And then she tells her story and she's like, oh, this is the anniversary of her daughter's death. And that's understandable that you might be feeling a little crazy, but I don't think that's why you're feeling like that. I think you're feeling like this is because your husband wants another wife or 2 or 3 or 4. And he should have got that energy, but you gave it to Mary, who didn't really do nothing to you. And an apology can't fix that, because you're going to do that shit again. Okay? She's telling Mary about being Asian in Utah. You're telling a black woman, like, she know your struggle. Y'all probably have similar stories. but she really didn't do anything to you. You came at her wrong. And when she tried to shoo you away, you went ballistic. So you talking about you felt attacked? Girl, nobody attacked you. We understand your story. It's really sad. It's really effed up, but everybody has pain. And just because you're in pain doesn't mean you get to inflict pain on someone else. The way you spoke to Mary, that didn't sit right with my spirit. I didn't like that. You embarrassed yourself by getting involved between two grown women. You shouldn't have done that. So if your feelings got hurt in the process, next time mind your business. It's really that simple. But you were not attacked. You did the attacking. Let's get that clear. That's my sound off for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.